Sushi spats out the camera. Did you see that?
Yeah, we did. So, hello and welcome to our first daily workout, basically. We're going to be recording this as well on our Dead Posh camera, but I wanted to give you a quick idea of what we're going to do. Today, this first workout is going to be kind of simple and quite easy and relatively short. A lot of you guys probably haven't been doing too much, and we don't want to overload you too soon. I want you guys to try and do this every single day if you can. So it's going to be gradually escalating in intensity. By the end of it, it should be quite like tough, quite intense.
I might have to run off and grab the baby.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Fia is presently sleeping, but we decided to go live anyway. It's one of our, it's what we have to do because she's our baby, basically, and we don't want her to die. So the way it's going to work is we've got 15 exercises, which are all Jiu Jitsu related. I am going to refer to my phone because my memory isn't that good. Yeah, because it's where the list is. I'm also going to make sure that my thing's not going to go off. So yes, that's good. So there's a timer going to go off. Every time we're going to change around. Chels and I'll do a little bit of talking as we're going. And as I said, it's going to get progressively more intense as we go through the workout. So we're going to start with like kind of a little bit of mobilization, maybe a little bit of flexibility type stuff. Like we're both completely cold. We haven't, well, kind of cold. We haven't really done anything yet today, but by the end of it, hopefully you should have a good, a little bit of a sweat on, in all honesty.
You can see that this whole situation hasn't limited Tom's ability to talk and talk.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Now the only person he has to talk to is me. You guys, he's driving me crazy. Somebody call him, please.
Hey, I've been talking to people. Yeah, I can still do talking. So I'm just setting up everything over here. We're gonna go. My timer will beep, hopefully, with a little bit of fun. We got 15 rounds, and then as soon as I'm done, we're gonna get into the first exercise. As I said, the first thing is we're gonna do a little bit of mobility stuff. I'm actually gonna switch the camera just a touch so that we have a little bit more space over here. But I think that should work. Maybe a little bit down as well. So sometimes our heads might go off. That's the problem with the
shed.
No, with the
camera
thing. But we'll make sure that we get most of it on the other one as well. So first one we're going to start out with. Let me give myself a
Also, if you see me looking
countdown.
in that direction, I'm looking at the monitor. All right, I'm not just staring out the window for the fun of it.
Yeah, here's another nice thing, guys. We're going to send this out to like a whole bunch of different people. So all of this rambling about our stupidity is going to go out to them. So that's fun and that's enjoyable too. All right, guys. So I'm going to start the timer, and then I'm hoping that that's going to work. We're going to.
Shall we just tell them what the first exercise is?
Yeah, first exercise. This is a real simple mobility one. All we're going to do is we're going to go on our hips, and we're going to rotate our hips from one side to the other, just like so. Let me see if this is going to work. We've got 10 seconds. Okay, so it's a real simple movement. It's actually a very good warm-up movement. And we're going to go from there. So I'm just waiting and waiting. There we go. So just side to side, rotate your hips. Okay, nothing too complicated. I'm going to turn the other way so you can see what I'm doing because that's kind of nice. You get two different angles. Don't go too fast. Extend your hip. Like try and push out almost like you're doing a quad stretch. Some of these things I've stolen directly from yoga for Bjj. So that's a great site if you want to work your flexibility. But the goal is to
yeah, I'm thinking of
do it a
doing
little bit slower.
Their handstand progression while we're in a... I've
Exactly.
always wanted to be able to do a press handstand, so I think I'm going to do their handstand progression while we're in isolation.
So, if you're anything like me, I've got one side, you can see this side is actually super flexible. I can get it all the way down to the ground. If you look at my other side, over here, it's nowhere near as easy for me to get to the ground. So we got 10 seconds, and we're going to switch to the next exercise, which is going to be egg beaters. Again, a little bit of hip mobility, a little bit of hip work, trying to loosen that off. So, we're going to lay on the back, just circle our feet. I really struggle with making circular movements.
Yeah,
you see a lot of people just end up like flutter kicking. Try and go around in a circle, keep your head off the ground, your hips off the ground, and keep moving. I find it's much easier if I pull my toes back in, so I'm doing this versus kind of being floppy. Makes it much easier for me.
Circling my heels rather than my toes.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works well. So this is our egg beaters. Head off the ground, hips off the ground. This is going to start to engage our core a little bit, which is what we want. Okay, it's nice and simple. You can switch directions whenever you want to. And you can see that the other direction for me isn't as fluid.
I think circling to the inside it doesn't feel as nice on my hips for one reason.
Yeah, the outside. This is the outside. It's kind of easy.
Right now my core's kind of speaking to me, which is good. Means that it's starting to get fired a little bit. And we're going to go on to next exercise.
Which is?
Straight leg lifts. So all we're going to do, leg on the ground, leg's going to come back over the shoulder. I would do like 3 or 4 on one leg and then switch to the other leg. Again, trying to keep the head off the ground if we can. Okay, we're trying to work the hamstrings in a kind of a dynamic movement. Just engage the
glutes. With a
glutes.
straight leg too, straight bottom leg.
Yeah, so if you wanted to go out like this, then you can see there's a lot less mobility when I do this. If I do it with a straight leg, it only comes to about here. If I bend that leg, it allows me to get my hips up off the ground. Okay, but entirely up to you. Keep working it. Again, keep that head off the ground. Feel the core start burning a little bit. You know, core's super important in jiu-jitsu. Nice. Well, the next one we're going to make it a little bit tougher. If you guys are on the YouTube stream, you can post a comment. I think I've enabled comments. Honestly, this is the first time we've done this, so who knows what's going to happen. We might change up the whole setup. Okay, that was a lot on one leg. So now my abs are talking to me.
Problem.
Oh,
Tom talks and forgets what he's doing.
Yeah, now we're going to switch to triangles. So elevate the hips, drop the hips to the side. Try not to put the feet on the ground, so you're not going all the way down each time. Head off the ground, hips off the ground. Again, feel that core. I feel like people like my talking. It'd be way less fun if I was just here and let's try it. We can do dead silence.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to fill the void. One side to the other.
This is why they pay you the big bucks.
Exactly. If you want to look casual and chill, you can go from here. One thing I learned from Victor Estima was learning to drop the hips. So my hips are actually moving as well. Yeah, it's
Drop
nice.
the hips.
Yes. Again, just going from side to side. Feel that burn. How are your abs held, Chels?
I'm more worried that I'm going to kick the wall.
Well, then move away from the wall.
Well, I'm trying.
Nice. Next up, we're going to go on to some bridging. Oh. So, feet on the ground. Try and get your toes in nice and close. Elevate the hips up from one side to the other. Okay, pushing up as much as you can. If you want to be super fancy, I'd only recommend this if your neck's strong. You can go all the way up onto your head. Okay, but I'm getting way too close to Chels. I'm going to spin around so I'm away from her. Okay, so I'm going up, one side to the other, much as I possibly can, or straight on my head. Chels might have to run off in a second. We're about to find out. In which case, I get to talk to you guys. There you go. Hips up high. Keep elevating. You're about to see a baby coming in, I'm sure. Try to keep those toes in close. Elevate up as much as you can. So this is kind of the opposite movement to everything that we've just been doing. Like whereas before it was a lot of abs working. Now we're straightening out the spine, elevating our hips as much as we can. Whew. And I know what's next, I think. Keep going, keep pushing. Again, if you want to add a little bit of a hold, you can go in this position. So we're going to go on to shrimping. Okay, from side to side. Again, you can start to increase the speed a little bit. Okay, you can keep, so I can keep both feet on the ground when I do this. I can take one leg off the ground, keep working. Okay, I can take the opposite, I can just use one leg entirely if I wanted to. These are all fun variations for you. But the same idea, keep my elbows tight. I'm just gonna go back to regular shrimping. I don't know if I can do regular shrimping now. Elbows tight, keep moving. Make it dynamic, you can pull the hips through this direction. So you're working like a reverse shrimp. You can probably hear it in my voice, the intensity's increased a little bit. That was the idea. And, okay, next one, S-stretch. So we're gonna go here, and now what I want you to do is try and keep your legs off the ground, hook them back to the other side. So we've gone back to a slower movement, but now your heart rate should be a little bit elevated as well. We need to get that control as we're going through. Okay, Chels and I talked about this a little bit the other day. We're wearing whoops, so I'll post up my profile as we're going through. It'll be interesting to see what happened with my heart rate and my exertion. Whew. Again, keep it going from side to side. Again, you'll start to feel where you have imbalances in your body. Okay, so I know that my right hip is a lot more flexible than the left. Here comes Chelsea and a baby. So we're gonna add some baby incorporated exercises as well as we're going through. Here we go. Next one is a sweep movement. So from our back, we're gonna sweep our hips forwards, trying to avoid like sitting back down. Okay, and we're just switching the feet from one side to the other. This is such an important movement to learn to come off the ground. How's that baby doing?
Good. We just have to find the appropriate way of holding her while we do the movement.
I'll show you the baby variation.
This is the. Oh, should we pass her back and forth?
Yeah, we can do that. So I come up, Chels gets her, I get her. This is one variation that we can do with a baby. Or the other variation is up.
Oh, with a press.
With a press. Okay, that's gonna add in a little bit of shoulders too. And we have a baby. But this is our basic sweeping movement, as we say. Keep everything nice and tight. Hook that foot underneath. I'm coming over the top of a flat shin. Going forwards. Again, a little bit tougher. Good, next one, very, very simple, shoulder rolls. So what I'm gonna do is just drop my shoulders back, touch my feet to the ground. And again here, come back to this tight egg position, and then use your abs to go one side to the other. Okay, right, Chelsea again, doing the baby variation. So I'm going over my shoulder and touch, over my shoulder and touch. But this is gonna work your core. This is super important for your guard retention, or your guard defense. You notice I'm not throwing my legs out. Okay, baby is loving this. I'm keeping them tight into my chest and just lifting.
No. You have to have extra control when you're doing baby variations, because otherwise you
makes
dump
it
your
way,
baby
way harder.
on her head. And that's not ideal height, darling.
But again, just trying to work these movements. Oh, we got 10 seconds. Core is firing. Okay, so now we've been through most of those ones. We're going to start to increase the intensity. First one is a hip heist from one side to the other, or like half a technical stand-up. Okay, so the goal, elevate that heart rate, start pushing the space. This one is really hard. You just have to do one side. Think about it like a kettlebell. Okay, so we're going fast as you can now. Really working the space. Woo. Okay, we're going to start working the arms just a little bit more.
Alright, baby around over there.
Side profile. There could be a quick rush as we stop the baby from eating cables or just his toes.
Okay, my toes won't electrocute her.
Good, keep it going. Fast as you can.
I wish she'd stop kicking me though.
Trying to stop kicking, Chels. Okay, again, really important movement for sweeping, for defending position. Whatever you want to do, we've got to keep it working.
Single legs or double legs.
Yeah, all kinds of things. Next one, sit outs. Okay, from all fours, kick your bottom leg through, one side to the other.
Out of the way for this one. This one takes up quite a bit of space, more space than we have in our shed. So
sideways, in a bear crawl, kick your own leg through your arm. So diagonals, right leg, left leg, arm. Chest comes up, keeping the other arm in tight.
There's some baby presses over here.
That's the baby variation. Again, the faster I go, the harder I work. Maybe you should put that on camera. I'm going to switch angle again. Give my shoulders a break. Baby presses are always optional. Oh, dearie me. Nice.
Well
Next one. Step ups. Low squat.
Baby.
Yeah, so on my toes, on my knees. Stepping up. It's like we're standing up to break guard. It's going to work the legs. See how we're keeping the head low?
Here.
I get a baby.
You get a baby.
Oh, now I've got weighted step ups. It's even worse. I guess we could do like a weighted press, baby.
Oh, like a mini thruster almost?
It's like a low squatting thruster. Oh, this is hard work. I'm just going to go back to baby ones.
I know, it's because you're afraid to drop her.
Try to come feet flat. Good, keep it going. Ooh. No, now it's time. Now we're gonna do jump around. So I've got a baby, hands to the ground, jump to my feet, come back. It's a bit like I'm surfing. And the baby helps by giving me reference points. So I'm making a V, hip and chest, jump around. Or the alternative is just a straight jump, both legs. So here, like a step up, but a jump. Okay. Again, you can mix between the two if you want to. Try to get those feet on the ground as quick as you can. Really stamp it through. You mix the sets a little bit if you want to. Oh, this is getting hard. Okay, we've only got 2 exercises to go. So, start to really push the intensity. Drop steps. So in our wrestling stance here, I'm just gonna drop my leg back. Kind of like a reverse lunge. I'm gonna reach down, tie my shoelace. Right now my quads are killing me. Okay, chest comes down to your knee. So you should be in quite a low position, but weight still through the toes. You can keep going, you don't need to stop. Again, trying to push the pace. Feel that burn. Oh, yes. Oh, dearie me. Keep going.
All right.
No, my legs hurt. I know I've got like double the work, talking and working out.
I missed
It's
all
hard.
the warm-up.
Try and keep pushing through. I have 0 clue how long's left. Oh, we got 10 seconds. Work the pace. Ooh. I'm gonna go faster than Chels. That's my goal. Oh, she's got smaller legs.
I don't think I have smaller
Last one.
legs. You got little chicken legs.
Last minute, we're gonna sprawl. Hips to the ground. Pop it up. Jump up fast. You can do single hip. Okay. And double hip. But really, get that heart rate going.
It's important to get your chin up while you're sprawling.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that'll drop your hips down.
So I'm here. Chin up. Hips down. Feet out. Okay, one more time. I'm starting to get the sweat going.
It's warm in here.
Yeah.
Tom put industrial insulation in our shed, so it becomes very hot very quickly. What's Daddy doing?
Come up.
Hey, darling.
Stance in between. Oh, there's a fast shot. Oh, another fast shot. Oh, gotta react.
What's Daddy doing?
God.
Should we say hi to the people?
What's going on with my timer?
Oh, come on, sunshine.
The timer finished.
Tom set up for 14 rounds instead of 15.
Apparently so. Anyway,
What?
sometimes my phone breaks. That was the workout for the day. As you guys can see, I'm hot. My shirt stains colour. I've worked my cardio. That was a lot. Okay, so I'll drop a link below to our WOD tracker. Today, I want you guys to just put in a perceived exertion rate. Okay, so for me, I would say this is probably
Out of what?
at 10.
Out of 10.
Oh, it's probably about an 8, something like that. You know, I was working really hard towards the end. And
Don't
you can
drop
hear in
your
my
baby.
voice. Well, I'll probably post up my Whoop analytics.
Yeah, I'm
So you
gonna
can see what my
I'm
heart
gonna
rate
do
was
the
like.
rest of this workout when we've ended the live stream so that
But-
Tom can watch.
That was the first one. Tomorrow we got another one coming. Not sure what's going to happen. It might be intense. It might not be. That's the fun of live streams. You never really know what is going to happen. Have a great day, guys. Remember, stay safe. Look out for your fellow people.
Say goodbye to the people.
Have a great day, guys.